boys and girls. All right, so today we're going to be doing 5.6 multiplication doubling strategy. This is again because in 5.5 we did the same strategy. We're just going to look at it in a slightly different way today. As always, though, we start with our mental math and our math message. So for today's mental math, we are going to be multiplying and dividing. So I just want you to think these again should be done in our brain and then write down your answers. Okay, and then for your math message, I want you to finish this sentence. So it says blank is a double of 3 because half of blank is 3. So the same number that goes here is the same number that goes here. So you should write the same number twice. Okay, think of it like let's do 12. Okay, you could say 12 is a double of 6 because half of 12 is 6. Okay, that would be an example of this. Okay, so you have to figure out what would you double. If you doubled 3, what would that number be? Okay, and then if you doubled 5, what would that be? If you doubled 9, what would that be? And then you have to think of what do all of these doubles have in common and why does that happen? Okay, so think about what I just told you. If you're writing the same number here that you're writing here, like what does that have in common and why you think that happens? I'll give you a big old hint there. All right, so today we're going to be multiplying two numbers using the doubling strategy, right? This is, again, trying to help us become fluent with the multiplication and division. And so we are going to be reviewing the doubling strategy. I'm going to model my thinking. You're going to work on some different problems, and then you're going to show me what you've learned. And as always, we will reflect. Okay, so remember, doubling means to take the same number and then add the same number twice, right? So if you say the double of 2, then you're taking 2 plus 2, which would equal 4. So this example said Michelle has 4 marbles and Jane has double that number of marbles that Michelle has. How many marbles does Jane have? Well, if Michelle had 4, then that means Jane has 4 plus another 4, which makes her have 8. Here are lots of different ways you can look at doubles with dominoes and then the addition. Now, this is what we practiced last time, okay? Last time we saw that we had a big problem we were trying to solve, like 8 times 6, and we learned that you can take the two smaller numbers that you know, like 4 times 6, that equals 24, and then you could add that twice. And you say, well, I don't know 8 times 6, but I know 4 times 6, and then I could take 4 times 6 again and take that 24 plus 24 to equal 48. Okay, so when we think about this, this is a good way to help me when I'm trying to solve 4s, 6, and 8s, right? Or other multi-digit multiplication problems, because the 4, 6, and 8s, right, are ones that we have a little bit more of a tricky time with. So these are different things that we should have in our strategy log, right? If we have doubling, right, we can write that down here and give an example. And here are some examples you could use. Like the fact you're trying to figure out is 4 times 3 equals what? Well, you could use 2 times 3 equals 6, and then you could draw that out and show that you have one little box, another little box, and how you would add those up. And you could try it again with like 6 times 3. Well, you could use 3 times 3 that equals 9 to show your thinking. Okay, using those helper facts that we've learned to help us with this. So this would be a great thing for you to write down. I'm going to go ahead and pause now, and I'm going to come back to my model in just a second.